you're home. I can't believe you're finally here. Welcome to Heartlake City. We're gonna have the best summer ever. I have so many plans for us.
Look, I feel like I know what you're going for, Lego. Like the vibe and everything. I'm just not sure friends is the right word for it. I mean, I have friends, but we don't really do these things. Is this something we should be doing? Are we not really friends? And that's just two of the questions I have for this game. Another is, in what perverse world do fashion boutiques hire teenage girls?
Oh, hi. So glad you can make it. We just finished Miss Couture's new summer collection.
Yes, darling. This is just fabulous. Could you be a doll and tidy up for me? I've got to get ready for the Amber Sands fashion show.
And how old are these girls? With tops like that. Actually, you know what? Don't even tell me. This whole thing's making me very uncomfortable. It's Lego Friends for the Nintendo DS. Look, I gotta take a break from this.
So cute. Take your time. I'll be waiting in your bedroom.
So, Lego games. Usually pretty reliable, right? In fact, Lego games are kind of boring to review, because they're almost always the same. The same gameplay, the same humor, and more importantly, the same quality. Lego games always have quality. Even on handhelds, where that quality sometimes dips a little, it's not like they're ever bad or anything. So imagine my surprise when I played Lego Friends. It wasn't the creepy situations and uncomfortably revealing tops, although they are creepy and uncomfortably revealing. No, what surprised me about Lego Friends was the quality, or the lack thereof. This is, bar none, the worst Lego game I've ever seen. And you might think, well, even the worst Lego game's probably better than a lot of games. No, don't think like that, because it's flatly untrue. This game's worse than I ever imagined a Lego game could be. In fact, it's so bad, it's like I'm not just surprised this game sells with the Lego name, I'm surprised this game sells at all. Now, to be fair, this game was also released for the 3DS. And look, I don't have any information on this, but I'm guessing that was the primary version. You know, when a game releases for both the 3DS and the original DS at the end of 2013, the 3DS version is obviously the priority. To have a DS version is a bonus. Only in this case, it's not a bonus at all. It's a deduction. Because I can't remember ever seeing a DS game as poorly made as this game. This is seriously appallingly low quality, and especially for a game with the Lego brand name. That's the shocking part. I mean, you expect this kind of crap from budget titles. I would have never expected this from a Lego game. So, you play as a little girl who may or may not be a Lego girl, it's hard to tell, which is another issue. There's hardly any Lego in this Lego game, but that'd be okay if this were a good game. Holy crap, this is not that! Anyway, so it's basically a simulation game. You go to school, you make friends, you do little tasks. It's like it wants to be Lego Animal Crossing. Only there's very little Lego and hardly any Animal Crossing. Which, I mean, that kind of makes it hard to be Lego Animal Crossing. And there's so many problems, I don't even know where to start. I mean, I guess the best place is probably the production value, which is f***ing offensively bad. The graphics are terrible. The audio and the music sounds like it was recorded over the phone, but the frame rate's worse. I mean, this wouldn't be good for the Nintendo 64. It looks like claymation. And again, claymation looks awesome. This looks hideous. In fact, if you want an idea of how little effort went into this thing and how ugly it is, look no further than this. I mean, it's so compressed, it's unwatchable. That's your effort. This is the level, right there. Like I said, the game's also available on the 3DS, and I have to imagine the production values are way better for that one. This one seems like a 5-day rush job. But even if it were prettier, and even if it ran better, the game itself still sucks. It's like 90% fetch quests. Look at this minigame. Look how long you have to press the right buttons and kick the ball. I could make Ovaltine faster than this. This is ridiculous. I mean, I am not a 10-year-old girl. That's probably one of the reasons I don't understand this, and why it makes me so uncomfortable.
Charlie!
Apparently I'm not the only one excited to meet you. I'm Mia.
Although that's not the only reason. Point is that there's not a person in this universe, 10-year-old girl or otherwise, who should ever play this game. Look, please, go make real friends. Because if you go with this option, there's probably a chance you never will. This is Lego friend repellent, more like it. All your friends will stop talking to you, is the point I'm trying to convey. Because of Lego friends! The Nintendo DS.